messages from some people that were listening that audio was a problem. So I put on a headset here that I think should fix the audio problem. So if you would definitely give me a thumbs up if that is working. Of course, we are live, so I don't know who can hear, who cannot hear. So I need to make sure that the audio is working for you tonight. And I'm going to kind of explain some things that I'm working on in the background. So let's see here. Now, Kenneth, you didn't give me a thumbs up, just get a good laughy face there. So, all right. So, Watchman, you say you can hear. I'm assuming everybody else in hears as well. Okay, great. Great. That's what I want to make sure of. So, I hate looking goofy wearing headphones because I just don't like it. I've been trying to put together a very in-depth study for you from the meetings that I was in here this past week. And this was something that initially I was going to share on Patreon. Now, I've not recorded it as of yet. I actually have all the information gathered, put together, and I'm going to go into that tomorrow. The problem is I could not find the proper place to be able to record the message tonight, and I'm wanting to make sure that everything goes really well. But I want to give you a little basic cap of what we're going to be speaking about. And that's going to be World War II, or World War III is a continuation of World War II. This was a subject that was brought up in the meetings specifically because of, and I can't say here, all right, so I'm going to have to be careful how I say this so we don't get censored out of oblivion here. But if you go back to 1920, Hitler delivered his speech that really kind of kicked everything off. Here we are in 2020, 2 years ago, we had some very interesting things that happened as well. In these meetings, the issue was brought up of a continuation of World War II is what we're seeing right now. And the agenda has not changed. Only the characters and who's playing what part continues on. Now, oddly enough, I was looking at some declassified documents between President Reagan and William Casey. And I actually read through the entire transcript on that. Now, I happen to know, let me put it this way, I believe one of the people that I happen to know was a part of those meetings there. So I'm hoping to be able to share more of that information with you. I will be able to go into greater detail about what's going on now, the questions that were presented in this meeting as a result of a continuation of this war. And basically what was brought up was that, well, I'll just say devils. All right? Devils are using humans on this earth to fight their battles. And even the situation right now, Putin, for example, there are some very strange things going on in the background that have been leaked out of who he's working for, where he got his technology from, etc. Just like the United States, where we got our technology from. And but there's just an enormous amount of information that I'm going to share with you. And one thing will be even travel. How these entities travel using black holes. And in fact, if you remember recently, I mentioned to you how that our government used CERN to create a black hole and ended up swallowing up a couple of moons. And of course, their theory behind all that is that they could swallow Planet X and Planet X would no longer be a threat. But then I was told that that's pretty reckless, because if you swallow up something in a black hole, it will still pop out on the other side, another place here in the universe, and that other place could actually be closer to Earth rather than further away. As I was looking at some of the declassified documents between Reagan and that of William Casey, I noticed that they talked about that exact thing. So I realize now where the people in the intel that I know are concerned about Planet X being shuffled along a little faster here to Earth if we end up using a black hole to swallow the thing up. So I'm going to be getting into some of those issues as well. And of course, the different species of demons, devils, whatever you want to call these guys, what their plans are. And then we're going to kind of cross this too with biblical aspects of this, because clearly we have evidence, biblically speaking, some very strange wars are going to be fought here on the earth in the not so distant future. And I believe Jesus also alluded to these things. Even as he said, you know, you have wars and rumors of wars, nation rises against nation, kingdom against kingdom. But he says, be ye not troubled. That's not the big issue. It's what precedes that that becomes the big issue. So I'm going to get into those things there. And like I said, what the agenda is, what the fears are right now in our own the circles. Some of the companies that control the information, like Lockheed Martin and others. This is why you're not seeing really a full disclosure. How Hollywood plays a part. Sorry, battery on my phone here. Anyway, I wanted to make sure you guys realize what's going on, what I'm preparing here, and I'm really hoping that it's going to give you a very in-depth look at things. I wish I could see your comments, but unfortunately, without my glasses, I can't see anything. I wear like almost 500s. So God bless you. Thank you for listening. And again, tomorrow I will record, have everything ready. Wanted to record this tonight, but I just could not find a quiet place. Last couple of nights where I'm at, they allowed me to use their conference room, which was very kind of them. But couldn't quite pull it off for tonight, so couldn't record it tonight. Anyway, God bless you. Thank you for listening. And tomorrow, and hopefully early enough in the evening, I will actually record. So got something else I'm going to be recording too here in the next day or so that I think is going to be a very interesting blessing for many of you that I haven't spoke about publicly, but I know a great deal of information about it, and I'm going to film it on location. Not going to disclose that yet, but it will be on location. God bless you, and thank you, and have a great night.